Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hope you guys had a great free comic book day. I had a pretty good one myself. Here in Olympia, one of the local stores, Gabby's Olympia Cards and Comics, had a back issue sale on all of her back issues, as well as a lot of trades and stuff like that. So that was just right up my alley. I was able to pick up a bunch of comic books for a quarter, in addition to my free comic book day comics. And I picked up like literally a stack of trades that I almost could not carry. I was standing in line. There was so many people there. I almost could not carry the stack. You'll need to get in the gym or something. But man, it was really, really heavy because I got some deals that I just could not pass up. So I'm going to share some of those deals with you. The first thing I'm going to show is the comic books, and all the comics were like a quarter each. After the free comic book day, I could have even gotten more free comic books, I think. Just pay a quarter for them. But I only got my limit for free comics. But I started picking up a lot of back issues, like this one, Exploding Funny Books, Albatross Exploding Funny Books. This is from the guy that does one of my favorite books, The Goon, under what is Eric Powell. Eric Powell does The Goon. He does some really great stuff. And this book was, I think I may already have it, but for a quarter, I just could not pass it up because I love this guy's work. And he's got this throwback style. The Goon is kind of like this character from kind of like the 30s or 40s, but he deals with a lot of supernatural stuff too. Another quarter book was this one, Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts. This is by Jim Mafood, called Work Sucks. I guess there have been several Girl Scout series before or since, probably as well. Now, this is from a few years ago, but it's only $2.95. So I know this is a pretty old book. It's been hanging around for a while. And I bet there would have been more of these around if I had gotten there earlier. Maybe, maybe not. But the Alien Worlds, this is like from I want to say the 70s, because it's a 150 comic. This is Alien Worlds #1. Now there's a lot of buzz right now around Dave Stevens covers that he did for Alien Worlds, as well as other comics. But this one, he's unfortunately there's no Dave Stevens artwork in there. If there had been, that would have been a really a great steal. But for a quarter, I just could not pass up these Alien Worlds comics. I got three of them. This is the first one. It's got a lot of cartoonists, illustrators, and writers' names in there. You probably would recognize if you saw their credentials. So this is probably in the early, like I think Bruce Jones and some other folks in there that I don't remember. But this is #1, and I also picked up #3, uh, just very nice, and #9 of Alien Worlds. This is fun stuff like sci-fi adventures. I don't think they're reprints either. I think there's some. I think they're original stories because this one's from 1983. The cover art has a 1983 date on it. Good stuff, man. For a quarter, you just can't beat it. Also, Peter Bagg, who's famous for his Hate comic from Fantagraphics. That's his big thing, and he's also a PNW resident out here too. He's done, I think, he's done a show here in Olympia at least once. He's had a thing called Sweatshop that he did for DC, and this was I want to say '03. It's early. This is July of '03. This is like #2 of Sweatshop. I have #1 already. Now, I never did finish that series, and I was able to pick up #2, #3, #4, and #5. I think this may be the complete series, but it's definitely more than I already had. So I can finally at least get a little bit more closure with this series now. I've been able to pick these books up. And the last thing from the quarter bin was this Madman #1 from Mike All from the Allreds. His wife also does work on here, Laura Allred. This is not his first. This is the first image issue of Madman. It'd be nice if it was the first overall Madman. That would probably be a lot, probably more valuable. But the Madman character is so cool. I know some of you out there know who this character is, and he's really kind of bizarre. He's really but I love Mike Allred's art, and Laura does the coloring and the separations and all that. They make a really great team, and they make a really interesting comic book. So let's put these back. Now, here are the trades that I picked up. Start with the dollar ones. The first one is from Richard Starkings, who's also famous for his lettering. I think maybe he created Comicraft, or he's associated at least with Comicraft, which does a lot of digital lettering. And you can pick up a lot of digital fonts from Comicraft. The artist is, the co-writer is also Tyler Shaleen, and Shaky Kane is the artist in this. And this is called The Beef. And The Beef is basically this, it's kind of like a spoof, I guess, of the Hulk, because the guy he turns into this big hunk of meat. And you can see, I think he ate some bad meat or some kind of toxic meat, and he became the Beef. I can get a shot of the Beef in here. Here we go. And if you're a Shaky Kane fan, this might be something you're already aware of. I try to pick up as much as I can. I just became kind of aware of Shaky Kane not that long ago. So if I pick up anything by him, it's a great deal. So yeah, this was $1. This is like a $17 cover price book. Couldn't pass that up. And there's also a bunch of Image. Uh, this is the series that Image, the self-proclaimed anthology series, the self-titled, I should say, anthology series from last year. Was it, or was it from 22? Oh yeah, from 23. Yeah, from March of 23. This is number 11. This is that series. A lot of big names in this series too. James Tynion, Kirkman is in there. Amanda Connor is doing the cover on this one. This is number 6. Very nice book. These are like, I think, $6, $7 comics. This is number 5. There was some first appearances in this series as well. And a lot of really good stories in this series. This is number 4. This may be the first appearance of Kayla. Yeah, I think it is. I think this is Kaya, excuse me. Wes Craig's Kaya, which is a really cool series running right now. A lot of y'all know about that. This is number 3. They all have those like stickers on the front, which I kind of hate, but hey, they're $1. You can't complain about that. These will be my reading copies for sure. So I've already got the complete run. I just couldn't pass these issues up for $1. This is a Mirka Andolfo cover here. Sweet Paprika first appearance, possibly. Maybe not. I think she definitely appears in here though, and it's got that definite Mirka Andolfo style. Love it. And another one is Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal from Garth Ennis. This has also already been optioned, as many things are. That those option things may or may not have any legs. But I only got the first issue of this series, so now I can finish this series as well. This is from AWA Upshot. They have a lot of good stuff coming out. So this I think was maybe the turning point for me with Garth when he started to make a little bit better stuff. I wouldn't say better. That's being a little judgmental, but Garth has he's going through some stages, and I think the last series he did called Ribbon Queen was a little different than his previous work. And Marjorie Finnegan was a little bit more, even more lighthearted than than Ribbon Creek, which was not lighthearted at all. But this is Garth having fun here, so this is kind of cool. This is one called Legacy. Already started reading this, and this is a little graphic novel by this guy Andrew McGinn and David Nietzsche, looks like, and he's kind of playing off the EC comic kind of cover here to some extent. Um, this is about a guy whose father has it's called Legacy, and this guy's father has a legacy comic, like one of those comics, like, I don't know, that just never dies, like the Family Circus, or I wouldn't say Peanuts, because Peanuts is just repeats pretty much of Charles Schultz, but there are these strips out there that just appear in the paper, and maybe your grandparents look at them and they chuckle, and just, when you grow up, you just kind of think that they're lame. But this guy, he's an indie artist and he's an indie cartoonist, and he doesn't want to take over this series because his father just, he wants him to take it over. Like, well, we got so many people that depend on this series. Don't you want to take it over and make them happy? And this is a story about whether he does it or not. He's reluctant to do so, but I just started reading it. You can see I got a marker in there, but maybe in the end he just acquiesces and just does what his father wanted him to do and continues the legacy. We can only hope to find out. Now, I think the best bargain I got, in my opinion, I don't know if everybody else feels that way, is these deals on the Powers graphic novels by Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Avon Emming. This is, I think, number 2 in this, and they start with the Image run, and they go in to the run he had, the Icon run that he had with Marvel. Well, this is issue number 2, or graphic novel number 2, that collects books from that era of the Image run. I already have the first one, Who Killed Retro Girl. That's one of my favorite books. $1 for every one of these things. So I had to just, that's how I almost hurt my back carrying all these books, because I picked them all up, and man, I'm taking all, I would regret not taking all these. This is number 4, which is called Supergroup. Number 5, Anarchy. I think I may have the floppies for this one too. At least I used to. This one is called the Sellouts. This is a lot thicker too. It's number 6, and this one is just getting even thicker. This one is, once he went over to Icon, Marvel gave him his own imprint. This one is Powers Forever. This is huge. This is like a $20 book. $1. And here is Psychotic. And the last one I picked up, this may be the end of the Powers run as it stands. Well, it just says the 25 coolest dead superheroes of all time. And this is um, it's also like a $25 book, and it's like super thick, and I'm just like, this is just, I've got more powers I ever imagined I would ever have. I still think there's some legs left in that series, and if not, I don't care. I love the series. Everything I picked up, there's no speculation involved, because there was tons of stuff there I could have just picked up that I didn't know anything about. People were buying them, but I picked up everything that I picked up. I had interest in, I have read, or I want to read. This one is, hmm, this is, it's from Robert Kirkman's brand, the uh, what was his brand? I forget, Skyline. And this is it's created by Robert Kirkman and Mark Silvestri. But this particular run right here is written by Mike Costa, and the artist is Nate Belgarde. Um, This is Stealth, and it collects the entire Stealth series that debuted a couple years ago, 1 through 6. Stealth is this character who he's the superhero of Detroit, and his son is a newspaper person. He's a reporter. He's a journalist, and he's realizing that his father is a superhero, and also his father is has the early stages of Alzheimer's. So a lot of things are happening here. I think he's questioning whether he should become Stealth, another legacy thing. And it's really a compelling series. And I think I'm missing a couple of issues of this, and I could never find them. So I have like maybe 1 and 2, and I have like 5 and 6. So I never finished the series. I didn't want to skip those issues. Now I can finally finish that series too. So Stealth and Robert Kirkman, and this is probably and Kirkman has a lot of pull in TV and film and stuff like that. So this could actually be this would really make I think a good screen project. This is for fans of Iron Man, Black Panther, and stuff like that. I think you would enjoy it. It's a good superhero book. And the last couple, two, three here. This one is Shadow Doctor. This collects the entire series of Shadow Doctor 1 through 5 from Aftershock. Oh, Aftershock's trying to stick around, but I hope they're able to come back. They did come up with a lot of good content, so I hope they're able to return to publishing. They still have things come out from time to time, but it's a tough road for them. I think they declared bankruptcy and they're trying to work through it. But this series is probably one of my favorites from their whole um, everything that they did. Shadow Doctor is about this guy who's his father was a doctor. He was a black doctor back in the days of in the 20s and 30s and the prohibition days and like that. And it was really difficult for him to get work. No hospital would hire him because of his race, and he ended up working for Al Capone. True story, based on a true story. And this his father confessed this to him on his deathbed, and he wrote this series and had someone illustrate it. And I've already read this, but man, this I should say that this Shadow Doctor and Stealth were not $1. They were $5, but you know, they're still like, 16, $17 books. And it was such a great deal. And I would have regretted not picking this up because I who knows what I might do with the floppies, if it does take off or something like that. But I will always have this to read because I love the series and I love that idea. So, and Shadow Doctor was something I couldn't resist. All right, the penultimate book is called War Bears, and this is written by Margaret Atwood and illustrated by Ken Stacy. Um, This also has been optioned. I think uh, what is it? Shadow Doctor may have also, but that's not the reason I picked it up. I was able to also get a few copies of War Bears #1 um, off the shelf at Gabby's a few weeks, not a few weeks, maybe last year sometime. They was just, sitting on the shelf, unsold. So I picked up 3 of those, but now I've got the entire series, so I can finish at this 1 through 3. And War Bears it's a work of historical fiction based on the Canadian black and white comics during World War II. I believe Margaret Atwood and Stacy are also Canadian. If not, they've done extensive research on what that entailed as far as all those black and white comic books. Uh, it was a different kind of an era in Canada back then. This was like this woman, the character. I believe her name. What is her name? Her name is Orsonet. Is the character of this anthropomorphic bear lady here, who was kind of like Wonder Woman, but she wears a little bit more clothes than Wonder Woman, and they fight Nazis. And this was like their kind of Captain America and Bucky, and she fought Nazis with these other like real bears, and man, and it's something I look forward to reading. I never actually read the books that I picked up before, but since this is in this nice compact novel form right here, and this is like a $25 book, so this the money value alone is worth picking this thing up. I just couldn't pass up. This was $5 too. War Bears, and Margaret Atwood is also the author of The Handmaid's Tale, which is just awesome. If you don't know about that, you should check that out. The last thing I'm going to talk about here is called Black Badge, and it is from one of my favorite writers, Matt Kent. Matt Kent has done some great work for. He's been nominated for Eisners, and I guess he's a New York Times best-selling author as well, outside of comic books. And this one's called Black Badge, and Black Badge follows these Boy Scouts. These Boy Scouts are kind of like black ops. They are operatives, like secret agents, and they are sent on espionage missions where only they could fulfill this mission. It's very dangerous work, but they send these kids and they get these jobs done to clean up the messes that adults have made up or adults have created. And I think I picked up the first issue of Black Box when I was maybe in Portland a couple years ago, and this has also been optioned, but I never got a chance to finish the series. Once again, this is at least the first 4 issues of this is volume 1 of Black Badge. So I'll get the chance to finish that, and this is like a $30, $29 book in the U.S. So man, this is hardcover, looks great, and this was $10. This is the most expensive thing I bought here, so this is like well worth it. I would have probably paid more than that for it. So great deal. That was a great day. I mean, in addition to the the free comic book day stuff that I picked up, this was just a comic book blessing, folks. I just wanted to share that with everybody. And that's it. That's all I got. This is another free comic book day is come and gone, and long live free comic book day and the sales that are associated with it. So that's all I got. So hope you folks are having a great day wherever you are, whatever time it is, and I'll see you new comic book day. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up.